the bus rideshare. It was a concept I created to help a bunch of people get together. Originally, it was for a political rally, but since then, I've applied the concept to concerts, football games, NASCAR races. Anytime a lot of people are getting together in the same place at the same time, buses make a lot of sense. I've also applied it to intercity trips, regular stuff like Greyhound. And it has all been done through the power of the crowds. I'm talking about the core of the internet, social democratization, because we crowdfunded the trips, requiring a minimum number of people to sign up to kickstart each route, and then letting people set their own stops, crowdsourcing rally points. These concepts are at the heart of the company I founded, and I feel I didn't know I was going to be in the business of buses, but I'm so happy to be here because it plays on the heart of all these important things that are going on in our society and our systems. And now I want to talk about it with you, and I hope you'll like this and follow and say hello because I want to start a conversation. I want to talk about founding companies. I want to talk about mobility and transportation and the environment and ESG and everything is related to it. I've raised millions of dollars. I can talk about capital markets and how we are thinking about going public and how I try to take the company public. There's I've talked to venture capitalists, angel investors. I've worked with some of the biggest companies in the world, both on the supply side, buses, as well as the demand side. I'm talking about regular intercity. I compete against the biggest bus company out there, the traditional one, but I don't own any buses. And then I also have worked with the largest event companies in the world. Right now, I've got partnerships with companies like the New York Mets and LA Rams, and I've worked with Ticketmaster because they love what we're doing, which is moving people en masse. Either we're doing it with intercity transportation, and the cities love it, and the states love it, or we're doing it to events and all the event stakeholders, the promoters, the artists, the venue, the ticket companies. They all love what we're doing. And I say this all to you to give you some context, but I also went through Techstars, a business accelerator, as some of you entrepreneurs may know, and they had a motto that I still hold that maybe I always live, which is to say, give first. And I'm here to offer my thoughts and wisdom, if you can call it that, certainly experience of founding a company, of being an entrepreneur, a venture-backed one, and thinking about the early, middle, and late stages of a company as we now consider even going to the public markets. So if this is a story about business, this is a story about business, and if business stories find interesting you do, well then say hello. I'm going to be here talking about business. If you find stories of entrepreneurship and perseverance and disrupting entire industries interesting, well then I ask you to follow, share, let people know. I've got a lot of thoughts lined up, a lot of topics that I want to talk about, some things that are, I think, particular and haven't been talked about a lot. I know there's a lot of founders and entrepreneurs and CEOs out there talking about whatnot on podcasts, but this is going to be more about live streaming the business itself, at least the meta part of the business, maybe not literally the day-to-day customer service or operations of running a bus company, but rather from the perspective of strategy, how we're going about it, and specifically financing. I want to talk about that and give insight where many people, I think, are guarded. It is a strange and opaque process, maybe by necessity. You don't want to be out there revealing too much to your potential investors, or when you're having conversations with investors, well, there's a trade of information going on, and then there's competitors and their potential investors. So there's a lot to consider, but you know what? I want to just put that all away and say, we're the leaders. I've been doing this for a while. I'm not scared of talking about this stuff pretty openly, and that we can keep it a little bit delayed near real time and have a conversation. And I bet the awareness that we raise about the company, the feedback that I get from all of you, the ideas that we maybe co-create by doing this is going to be worth the risk or all the potential downside that anyone might think of when they talk about live streaming a company. My name's Niman. I hope that you'll validate me here by just being curious and saying hello or following along or subscribing. And I'll look forward to continuing the conversation with you.